And Happy New Year from Pasadena, California. Where we're standing at is just in front of the tournament house. That is what is just covering the roadways this morning. Division Chief, can you tell me what you guys use that drone for? How does this help you guys in the process? All clear this morning, but we have new information about the suspect and the victim at this hour. What I can tell you is that in the parade book here that I have, this is the program, Castle High School falls somewhere in the middle of the pack. If there's something coming through these windows, it's going to be stopped by something like this. They've created this game with scooters, these balls, and of course I can see these baskets over here. Look at that. They have made their own Hungry Hungry Hippos game. We were here early this morning as the band arrived for the Rose Parade. We followed them all the way to the end of that route. And from start to finish, you can describe the band as grateful and thankful for this once-in-a-lifetime experience. An early morning bus ride. Marching in the Castle Marching Knights. Some kids getting some extra rest in.
We're leaving, grab your horn, make sure you have your horn. Here we go.
Before that wake-up call for one of the biggest moments of these kids' young lives.
Kids were in bed, supposed to be by 8 o'clock. Yeah. I didn't get to sleep till about 11 or so.
The organized chaos quickly organizing into harmony. The band ready to march to the beat of their drum and to the smell of roses. A quick game of hurry up and wait.
3, 2, 1.
And a few photos later,
Nailed it. Nailed it.
And the parade is ready to start. "20 bands march down Sierra Madre Boulevard in Pasadena to Colorado Boulevard, wowing thousands and thousands of people, including our own.
All hail the Castle High School Marching Knights. This massive marching band is the toast of Newburgh, a charming Indiana township on the shore.
The blue, silver, and black uniforms with the flowing flags with yellow and blue on them on national television, making their hometown, Newburgh, proud.
They deserve it. The Marching Knights, a 32-time Indiana State finalist, 4-time Bands of America Regional Champ, 3-time Bands of America Grand National Championship finalist. They are top drawer. We are honored to have the Castle Marching Band in the Rose Parade this year.
5.5 miles down the streets of Pasadena, California, the band powered through.
Represent Castle really well.
How's it going so far?
Great.
And the color guard.
Oh, they're doing fantastic.
Yeah?
The route met with the beautiful sight of Southern California mountains, stunning the band as they marched.
And it was really beautiful. I think it helped us keep going.
Yeah.
You did it.
How was it over?
Yeah?
It was exhausting.
And at the end, for tuba player Aubrey Hunt, it was worth it.
Reward of finishing it is well worth it, especially with this band. This band is like a family.
That family conquering the Rose Parade together, a moment worth it for the band's leaders.
They worked their butts off all year, and man, they really pushed to the end there. There's more than, honestly, it went really well.
The Castle Marching Knights are back at their hotel this evening for a celebratory dinner. Tomorrow, they're headed to Disneyland, not to perform, but to just have fun, sightsee, and enjoy each other's company, all before they catch the red-eye flight back to the tri-state. I'm reporting in Pasadena, California. Tanner Holbrook, 14 News. A windy day at the Evansville Regional Airport. In a turbulent time for the airline industry.
Thank you for flying EVV.
Passengers checking in next to empty check-in desks that used to house other airlines. In the last year, airlines have cut flights from EVV. The most recent flight cuts happened earlier this year. United pulled their service altogether from the airport in January. The airport said then the airline cuts were due to staffing and limited resources in the airline system. Then on March 1st, American axed their flights to and from Chicago. And one day later, Delta pulled its direct Detroit route. The cuts creating uncertainty for local businesses, but also driving up the price of fares for passengers. $1,200 round trip to Phoenix for passenger Donna Hammond.
It's really a really a struggle, I'm sure, for a lot of people.
And passenger Ann Rowan, flying round trip to LA, says she used to fly this route for $400. Now she says it's $1,100. The cuts, also an inconvenience on her family.
Them taking away Detroit and Chicago has really just messed up so much.
Rowan says her daughter, who lives in Detroit, used to fly down to Evansville, but now
She has to take Detroit to Atlanta to Evansville, so she's like, well, forget it, I'm not flying down. It was a simple flight.
officials with the Regional Airline Association attribute the bulk of the problem to a major pilot shortage and say the loss of air service has followed. A loss of air service that has now become a struggle for passengers, but also a struggle for our local corporations, including Evansville-based Atlas Van Lines. Jack Griffin is the company's CEO.
It has not been ideal for our company. Where it hurts is your ability to get out and physically meet with your customers.
I would strongly encourage residents of the tri-state area to utilize this airport.
Atlas is one of the many companies a part of an airport initiative called Fly EVV First. Its main goal is to encourage people in the tri-state to fly out of Evansville over larger markets, with the goal to help attract new service to the airport. Griffin says although they prefer to fly EVV first, and they're happy to help out the airport, he says sometimes they do have to branch out to larger airports, saying when they fly out of Evansville, sometimes they have to connect 2, even 3 times before they get to their final destination. And it's not just that. Griffin also says limited service in the region also hurts recruiting.
And here we are in one of the tightest labor markets probably in 30 years. You know, that battle for talent is on, but they also have to envision living in the Evansville area and the ability to travel back to see family or on business.
Atlas is among many corporations headquartered in the Evansville metro area feeling the downdraft. The Indiana Economic Development Corporation says they've heard from Berry Global and Toyota Indiana executives on this issue. And it's not just them. IEDC officials say this is a community-wide issue, impacting everything from small businesses to large corporations that do business in Evansville.
We just want to know where we are in the pecking order when those flights, will we get those flights back, or are we going to be forced to, have my colleagues at Atlas drive a couple of hours over to Louisville?
For now, flights from Evansville to Charlotte, Atlanta, Florida, and Dallas-Fort Worth continue. But those who used to fly frequently direct to Chicago and Detroit are hoping to be cleared for takeoff once again from Evansville.